So raise your hand if you had the Kansas City Chiefs starting the season 0-2. That's right. I had the Chargers in week 1. I had the Eagles in week 2. Now the Kansas City Chiefs will be a 6.5-point road favorite at the New York Giants. The total sits at 45.5. I'm going to talk about the side. I'm going to talk about the total. But at the end of the day, the best value might be in the player prop market. So I feel vindicated after the Chiefs start the season 0-2. All year last year, I was saying this Chiefs team is not as good as their record indicates. They were getting it done with smoke and mirrors. And in fact, I believe that the team that we saw in the Super Bowl was probably a better representation of who they were last year. I know they were 15-2 overall, but they had so many games that went right down to the wire, ended on a controversial call or a lucky bounce. It started in week 1 against Baltimore. It looked like the Ravens tied the game at the end, and then the touchdown was overturned because somebody's foot was maybe on the line. And then you had the pass interference call against the Bengals. Then you had the non-call against the Falcons. And I'm not saying that the refs were calling the game in favor of the Chiefs. That's not the point. The point is the games were going down to the wire, and 50-50 calls were being made, and the Chiefs were benefiting from the benefit of the doubt, it seems, every week. And eventually that luck had to turn and go the other way, and we're starting to see that now. And that might even be an indication debunking the conspiracy theories. The point is, this is a dynasty in decline. I said that in my analysis when I bet on the Chargers and the Eagles. You look at this roster, and they're nowhere near as talented as they were when they were winning Super Bowls. Tyreek Hill isn't there anymore. Kareem Hunt isn't the back that he used to be. And Travis Kelce in his prime was a beast, but now he's just an angry man on the sidelines, slamming his helmet down. Andy Reid's a bit older. I don't see this team as a Super Bowl contender, and there's no way I want to lay 6.5 points with Kansas City on the road in this spot. But before we talk about the New York Giants, I got to tell you about a promotion we have available right now at Picks Parlays. For a limited time, you can get the entire weekend football, only $49. It's like they're giving it away. That's all day Saturday college football, all the NFL on Sunday, and they're even throwing in Monday night football as well. Man, you guys are stealing right out of my pocket with this one, but enjoy it while you can. It won't last long. As always, there's no purchase necessary. You're more than welcome to tune in just for the free picks. The only thing I ask from you is that you take the time to smash that like button. And if you've got anything to say about this game or any other NFL game on Sunday or the Monday night game or any college game, hit me up in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Let's talk about those New York Giants. They're also 0-2 and a tale of two different teams, because they looked awful in week 1, despite the fact that everybody was backing them as an underdog. Then they go out and play the Cowboys in week 2, and Russell Wilson turned back the clock, throwing for 450 yards and 3 touchdowns. Man, they let Russ cook. The only problem is Dak Prescott was cooking too. He threw for 361 yards, a pair of touchdowns, and a pick on 38 of 52 passing. So the Cowboys were really chucking that football around the yard last week, and they came back to win in overtime. This Giants defense does not look good. I just can't bet on the Giants, even though it seems like that it's the right side. Take the points with the Giants. They're just a Jekyll and Hyde team that I don't want to have my money on. So I'm going to look at the player prop market. You know, right now, Patrick Mahomes is the leading rusher for the Kansas City Chiefs. So what do you think? Should we bet on his rushing yards prop? I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, if I was the Kansas City coaching staff, I would be telling Mahomes, quit running the ball. The fact that he's leading the team in rushing, how long would you expect that to last? Because eventually he's going to get hit, he's going to get hurt, and it's just not sustainable. And you don't want Patrick Mahomes running the ball that much moving forward. And this is a New York Giants team that can be had in the air. Yes, Travis Kelce's past his prime. We don't know if Xavier Worthy is going to play, and the receiving core is not what it used to be. But I still think he can go over his passing yards prop this week. I think it's a good spot to back Mahomes. I think the Giants offense, if they play like they did last week, Mahomes will have to throw the ball in order to keep up. So I like Patrick Mahomes passing yards over 232.5. If you like this pick, if you like this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. And if you've got anything to say to me, even if it's nasty, hit me up in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.